I think it's time to proceed with the pimping, man. There's been enough bullshitting about the politics of the United States of America. It's time to get serious and go to work, because we ain't bringing nobody through the trap that's not certified.
Come on, man.
In every ghetto.
Come on, man.
In America.
Come on.
I told you that we only bringing ghetto legends.
Come on.
To the trap.
Come on.
And we've been sitting here kicking the Willie Bobo back and forth. Willie. And this brother that we got on the show with us tonight is most definitely a ghetto legend.
Ghetto legend.
He earned that.
Come on.
I'm talking about on America's.
Come on, man. I be thinking
favorite.
He really from that time period.
TV show.
Come on.
I'm talking about this shit just had to be.
Come on.
He right here from Atlanta.
Come on. Only right.
Supposed to been here after episode 1.
Come on, man.
Really supposed to came after you got the audition.
Come on, man.
After you find out you had the part.
No, he had to run. And now it's definitely full circle. You need to be here.
Yeah, man. You know it's just dope when, us as comedians, we get to reach across the entertainment board.
Come on.
And politic with some of our people and some of our friends on the other side of the game that's still handling business in the same aspect, in the same way of life that we doing it on this side.
Yeah.
And it's like, first of all, we want to make sure you get all your propers, man, and all your flowers, because what y'all doing over there is beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's really like a classic already. It got America on the edge of their seat, waiting to see that shit.
Come on, man. One of the best crime dramas on TV. You up there in that pantheon with all them great shows. And I think this show is even gonna have some legs, man. Like, people steadily getting turned on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you started Snowfall and it's so, yeah. And the memes is dope, too. The memes is crazy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And you doing some ghetto legendary shit, so it's only right that you pulled up to the 85 South Show. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Isaiah. First of all,
let's go.
Welcome to the trap. Come on.
Appreciate
Make yourself at home.
I'm already at home. I'm chilling.
We got all types of shit going on. How you been?
Been good.
How's your mental health? We gotta ask that now as black men. They say we don't ask enough.
My mental health been good, man. Just a lot of life transitions.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yeah.
Just taking life day by day. As that's all we can do.
So before we even talk about one of the dopest shows on TV, we're gonna take it back a step further. How did all this even start, man? How you start acting, my boy? Black people don't call it acting. That nigga acting. You run up on your head, boy, you can act. You acting your ass. I see you. This nigga right here can act. This nigga be acting stupid crap. Where the afro? Bro, this nigga can act, bro. He a good actor, man. Boy, you be acting your ass. Boy, you be acting in your ass off, boy. The jail scene. You should have won something off that alone. Nigga, we ain't got shit to get. We're gonna send you something just for that, because you should have won a goddamn Oscar. You find the first nigga in there, you fuck him. That shit was amazing.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So how you start acting, man?
Man, how'd I start acting? So apparently I've always wanted to be an actor, which I didn't really understand until like later in life. I wrote it down when I was in 5th grade that I wanted to be an actor and a veterinarian. Random.
You still got time to be a veterinarian, my boy.
I mean, I got too many animals as it is, so I'm cool.
You an animal person?
Oh yeah, I got a whole animal sleeve, like my leg sleeve.
Damn.
African safari.
Don't tell me you got
leg.
a tiger stripe and no freaky shit.
That nigga, he go all the way up here.
I got you got the little
That
pants.
nigga do not have no balls.
That nigga got the Eve on his legs.
They on his chest too. None of that. Nah, bro, that's dope that you manifested that shit, bro. You should have still shown.
When you say animals, like, you stopping at dogs and cats, or you got?
No, I mean, I got a lot of land, so I'm about to have like chickens, goats, like some
Get some
cattle.
llamas, bro.
I don't want the llamas. They be spitting.
Yeah, they spit, dog.
I don't want that.
Get you some of them little ghosts that just pass out.
I don't want that either.
You seen the motherfuckers? They just
Yeah,
faint?
you scare them. And, oh shit, you scare them and they
See, the goat would have fainted.
To go high and shit, fading all the time.
He get high, he probably don't faint no more.
He just be stuck. He forget he can do shit.
The goat just be in the back, just like that.
Yeah, get some exotic shit out there, though.
Man,
Fill that motherfucker up.
That's gonna be.
But yeah, so when I was 13, that was when I made the conscious decision that I was like, you know, I want to try acting. And I was really shy growing up. So when I told my mom that I wanted to act, she was like, no, you don't. Like, you don't have the personality for it. And I'm like, no, I really want to do it. So it took a year for me to convince her that I was serious. And my dad, he works at the hospital at Piedmont. And his coworker, he was in film school and he was doing a short film. And he was like, yeah, I need an actor for my short film or whatever. My dad was like, well, my son want to try acting, so you can use my son. And so that was the first acting gig I had, was a short film about domestic violence. And then ever since then, I ran with it. I just started studying. I didn't want to audition for nothing. I just wanted to study. Yeah. Cause to me, I'm big on, my pride just won't let me, not put my all into it, and I didn't want to be viewed as trash. So I'm like, I gotta study this craft because I wanna be good. So I spent most of my years pursuing acting, just studying with different coaches and figuring out which method worked better for me, attacking different characters. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did throughout my teens. When I hit high school, I was at a public school for my first semester in 9th grade, and I was like, nah, I need to get homeschooled so I can really dive in some more into my craft. So my parents was cool with it, and so I started traveling to LA. Luckily, this amazing coach that is my favorite coach that I worked with so far, his name is Carl Ford. He came down to Atlanta and did an intensive, and we'll start at 7 p.m. and won't stop until 7 a.m. of just straight acting, overnight. Because his whole ideology behind that was you need to be ready even when you're tired.
Yeah. 'Cause that's a lot of times, you know how them shoots go.
Facts.
They long as hell.
Facts. And I've always been the youngest in my class, back then. So around that time I was 17, and he was just telling me how great he thought I was and stuff like that. And so I was a part of this acting group called AOA. And Gail Bean, she was actually a part of AOA.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
But I never met her.
I was going to ask you.
We never met.
Wow, that's
never
crazy.
met, which is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. So we never met. But I did this thing called Monologue Slam, where any actor in Atlanta could audition, just perform a monologue, and they chose the top 10 actors. And if you were the top 10, you could perform that monologue in front of John Singleton. So I was like, dope. So I did it. I was one of the top 10. But when it came time to perform in front of John Singleton, he never showed up. So I was like, bro, what? Never showed up. They said he was stuck on his boat, around some island. I was like, bro, y'all capping, y'all lying. So that kind of crushed my dreams at that point. And then so I graduated high school in 2014. After that, my dad, he's Caribbean. He's from Trinidad, grew up in Jamaica. And when I told him I didn't want to go to college and I wanted to still pursue acting, that was a whole conversation. He was like, no, you going to school. Yeah. And I was like, nah. My mom, she really pushed me, in my acting career. She's like, nah, I really think he could do it. So I didn't go to college. And I was still auditioning for different roles. By this point, I still haven't booked anything really at all. I'm still just studying the craft. And so when I was, how old was I? I don't know, but after that, after high school, the only job I can get that was flexible with auditions was a restaurant job. So I had a restaurant job. Then, so I was a server. I was 18. I was a server, and which was cool. It was a little. I knew the owner. It was a smaller restaurant called Village Cafe. Okay. And the manager at the time, he probably gonna see this shit too. The manager at the time, I couldn't come into work because I had to audition. I was like, and I told him, bro, I got this audition tomorrow. He was like, well, if you can't find nobody to take over your shift, then you can't go. I'm like, what? You tell me I can't go to audition, so I just ain't go. So he wrote me up. He wrote me up and on a write-up, and I wish I intended to keep it because I always knew who I was gonna become.
Right.
But on the write-up, he said, you miss work for an audition where you know you're not gonna make it in this industry. Like, you're not gonna make it in the industry. And so
He wrote that on your shit.
he wrote it. He wrote it on my write-up.
I wouldn't have signed that whole ass shit. Hey, if you get rolled up at work, don't sign that pussy ass shit.
You ain't gotta sign that shit.
You ain't gotta sign that shit.
Someone else will hire you too.
Yeah,
So,
fuck that. Legally, you ain't gotta sign that shit.
Yeah, so after that, like, I quit shortly after that, and then I became a janitor at a gym, and I was a janitor for like 2 years. But honestly, I loved that job. Like, that janitor job was lit.
Word.
The reason why I was lit, because I learned a lot about myself. Like, I learned patience. It really like helped me creatively because I had so much time to myself.
Yeah, that's an OG job. Janitor. You was a young nigga being a janitor.
That nigga, man, I clean this bitch up in 10 minutes. What the fuck you talking about? Sit down for 7 minutes. That nigga had the keys, everything.
Nigga called the nigga OG, you right? Nah, nigga,
I'm all in the drink machine with it.
Right.
You gonna
But
kill
the
the
thing is, I felt like it was like a old people gym. It was just a whole bunch of old white people at this gym.
Oh, yeah.
So
They was leaving phones and money and all kinds of shit.
literally in 2015, I booked a small role in Barbershop 3. It was just one quick scene with Tyga and Michael Rainey, and they used that scene in the promo.
Oh, that's when Tiger was a gangster?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's the only thing I remember from that movie. I'm like, I fuck with Tiger. I'm like, why they got this nigga being a gangster in Chicago?
This how I know I'm high. Cause when you said that shit, the first shit in my mind was like, nigga, Tiger was in Barbershop.
Right.
Yeah.
The only line I remember from any of the Barbershop series is, if you want to get down, you got to vote for Lalo Brown. That's the only line I remember.
And I don't remember nothing about the Barbershop 3 besides Tiger being a gangster in the movie. He bounced out like, what's up, y'all?
And that's the scene I was in. That was the scene I was in. So
You was one of the gangsters?
Yeah.
Tell the truth, man. Ice Cube too serious to be a barber, nigga. I don't even believe that shit. Ice Cube way too mean to be a fucking barber, nigga.
What you want to get, Jay? What type
You
of
be
cut
looking
you
at your
want?
lineup. It's fucked up. No, it's good.
Why you running all in the shop? Ice Cube wouldn't let niggas get away with shit, nigga. I don't know no barber that mean, nigga. Ain't nobody coming back to him.
Oh, bruh.
Just cause you own the shop, Calvin.
Calvin, you remember his name? Calvin.
Hey, wait a minute, hold on. So just the goddamn recap. So you goddamn was just studying acting
Yeah.
on your own, wasn't even auditioning. You was just getting good.
I was trying to get auditions, but I really wasn't getting many auditions.
But you
like,
kept, boy, hey, that's what the fucking people
That's
need
the
to
grind,
do.
though.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You put the work in.
Yeah.
And then so by the time, so you said what, 13? Then by high school you was auditioning for shit and you hit that John Singleton shit, didn't get that shit.
Yeah, well, that was
shit full
really
single.
just like to get in front of him.
Okay.
But like while I was doing the janitor job, I was doing a lot of auditions, even after Barbershop. And the weird part about the industry back then for me was, it was my look. My look hindered me a lot because I would audition obviously for African American roles and they would tell me that I don't look black
African
enough.
American.
Facts.
Really?
What?
You look like a nigga to me.
But see, that's what they don't.
But they never tell you what you look like. Cause tell me what I look like, cause then I go
You
do
see
that
what I'm
too.
saying, though? That's the same shit we were talking about earlier. Nigga, black people come in 1,000 different colors.
Yeah.
Facts. In
It's about 5 shades
Different
right here.
shades.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Mamas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, now you starting to get this
Come
shit.
on, man. And people love to say, no, it's no. But if you really look at just history, it's just like that.
But that's the thing about it, bro.
Hey,
Even if they thought that shit, they still shouldn't tell a black man that he can't audition to be a black man.
Yeah. Was the people black that they was telling you wasn't black enough?
Yeah.
They was black?
Yeah.
That was the
What type of shit is
That's
that?
fucking crazy.
They try to overdo it. It's like the black police officer.
I mean,
He
it
try to
really
overdo
wasn't like. It really wasn't like you ain't black enough. It's like you don't look like the rest of the family. Like everybody else look obviously black, but
They
like
you
mix
show
with
you how
something.
much shit they don't know about black people.
Facts.
Every family got in the house got one motherfucker don't look like nobody.
Facts. On my mama.
It's just a random ass baby, and like your mama don't really talk about that shit. Like everybody in the family know, you know, she don't look like nobody.
Everybody ain't got the same last name in
Lewis
this house.
look like my brother. Now Lewis look just like my brother. You got an uncle named Pee Wee live in Detroit that you look just like. You know, that's how black families work.
Yeah.
I need to go on here and get in position, man, because they don't even know, bro. Sometimes black families will just have a random ass white person in that motherfucker.
On mamas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He used to fuck with your auntie that died, your grandma's sister.
Exactly.
He just never left. Just a random ass white side of the family.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll write some shit.
Yeah.
Keep going, bro.
But nah, so after that, like it just
That's
that,
fucked up, though.
That discouraged me because to me it's like if you tell me I'm bad, that's cool. I can get better. If you tell me I ain't booking because of my look, what am I gonna do? So
Get blacker. No.
And nigga outside in the sun.
outside sunbathing, like, bruh,
Right.
I'm gonna get this role.
Hi, I'm Jerry Loggins, store manager of Buywell number 3842, and I want to invite you behind the scenes to a section of our store that is strictly employees only.
Victor, you didn't bring your cobra to work, did you?
Oh my God.
Okay, A number 1, it's a Burmese python.
This is where we unwind and have a chat about the news of the day.
Looks like Chris Christie might be running.
Honey, if there's one thing Chris Christie ain't doing, it's running.
Employees only. That means no normies. Keep out, buddy. It's just for us Buywell employees.
He did an insurrection. Honey, it didn't work. You can't hold somebody accountable if it didn't work.
I love that so much. We should apply that to my criminal record.
This is where we talk freely about all the stuff happening in the world.
It's Employees Only, courtesy of Ron Howard, the new podcast from Imagine Audio, Pretty Fast, and iHeartMedia. Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
A new podcast from the creators of Up and Vanished.
Louisville police are searching for a missing 24-year-old woman.
When I read about Alana Chen's disappearance, I couldn't look away. A shy girl from Boulder who wanted to be a nun since she was a teenager.
So Alana was like sneaking out to go to church.
But she kept a secret, one that was slowly tearing her apart.
I didn't know she was attracted to girls. No, she didn't tell me.
Yes, the mother says her daughter first opened up to a priest at her church when she was just 14 years old. However, the church denies any conversion therapy was done.
She didn't tell me. She told him. She confessed to him.
From Tenderfoot TV comes a new podcast about the price we pay to belong and the systems that pay no price at all. This is Dear Alana. Listen for free on the iHeartRadio app or Apple Podcasts. For an exclusive binge of the whole season, subscribe to Tenderfoot Plus at tenderfootplus.com.
Hola, mi gente. This is Wilmer Valderrama, executive producer of the new podcast, De My Abuelita First, part of iHeartRadio's My Cultura podcast network. Each week, host Vico Ortiz and Abuelita Liliana Montenegro will play matchmaker for a group of hopeful romantics who are putting their trust in Abuelita to find them a date.
Your job right now is to get on Abuelita's really good side.
Our Abuelita definitely knows best. On Date My Abuelita First, 3 single contestants will vie for a date with one lucky main dater, except to get their heart, they have to win over Abuelita Liliana first. Hi, Liliana.
Yes, we are ready for love.
Through speed dating rounds, hilarious games, and Liliana's intuition, one contestant will either be a step closer to getting that pan dulce, if you know what I mean, or a step closer to getting that chancleta. Let's see if chispas will fly or if these singles will be sent back to the dating apps. Listen to Date My Abuelita First on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts.
They say history is written by the victors, but you know what? They left out a hell of a lot of juicy stuff. Take Abe Lincoln's assassination. Did you know a young couple was sitting right next to him when he was shot? It haunted the husband so much, he later murdered his wife. We all know who invented that, right? Well, think again. Truth is, Alexander Graham Bell stole the idea for the telephone and then claimed it as his own. For every pivotal moment in history, there's always a backstory, and it's usually way more interesting than the big story. From mysterious murders to the baffling sleep schedules of yesteryear to the fascinating lives of those just outside the limelight, we're going to uncover the forgotten pieces of history you didn't know you needed to know. Listen to the backstory with me, Patty Steele, twice a week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hola, hola, I'm Diosa.
And I'm Mala.
We are the creators and hosts of Locatora Radio, a radiophonic novela.
Which is a fancy way of saying
a podcast. We're two LA locals turned full-time podcasters, and we talk about everything.
From sexual wellness to pop culture.
Internet drama to politics.
And everything in between.
Since 2016, we've interviewed actors, showrunners, elected officials, activists, authors, and all kinds of trailblazers in the Latinx community and beyond.
So, if laughter and learning are something that you crave,
then subscribe to our show and you'll see why Locatora is your prima's favorite podcast.
Listen to Locatora Radio as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
But like at that point, I was just like, you know what? I just want to take a break from even pursuing acting. So in 2015, Snowfall did their original pilot. John Singleton, you know, he wrote it, he casted everybody.
Hold on, you got to tell us how you reconnected with him.
I ain't reconnected with him yet. I'm telling you about how Snowfall started so it can connect the dots.
Oh, okay.
So John, he did an original pilot in 2015. With Jill Scott was the auntie, D-Ray was the uncle. Like, it was a completely different cast. I mean, Damson was still Franklin back then, but they had a different Leon, everybody. So my mom, she found a project, but it was already casted. She's like, dang, I say it would have been perfect for Leon. And so what she did was she has a background in law for 28 years, so she just do her research. And so a year later, she found out in 2016 that they were recasting because FX finally picked it up and they wanted to do a series with it. So at this point, my agent at the time here in Atlanta, she told him, like, y'all should pitch Isaiah for Snowfall. And they was like, we're not going to pitch him for Snowfall. Like, that's an LA show and we don't do that. And so she took it upon herself. She found out who was casting. And so she sent the pitch in herself. I didn't know. All this time, I didn't know. I'm at work mopping floors. I'm like, I didn't know all this.
This your OG, bro.
Yeah.
What you used to listen to while you was mopping floors and shit?
Man, honestly, I ain't even gonna lie. And this first time saying this on record, I used to like write my own songs, like what? Cause you know, what I'm
that's
saying?
what a nigga gonna do.
You know, what
nigga be rapping.
I listen to
a whole album.
Many albums. You platinum right now.
Your own shit.
My own shit.
Hey man, I don't listen to all I listen to is me, my nigga. That was the song. All I listen to is me, my nigga. All I listen to is me, my nigga. Hey, all I listen to is me, my nigga. All I listen to is me, my nigga. Hey, go self. Go self. By my damn self.
Now mop.
Nah, that's crazy.
But yeah, so
Drop that shit now, though.
Never.
Gotta go up.
Never. But yeah, so this whole time I'm not really knowing what's going on. And so she texts me, she's like, oh, you got to audition for Snowfall. It's a John Singleton show. Because the casting director, she responded. She said, I'm not casting for the role Leon yet, but follow back up in 2 weeks. She followed back up in 2 weeks, and she's like, okay, cool, here's audition size. Like, have him audition, put him on tape. So she texts me, oh, you got to audition for Snowfall. It's a John Singleton show based about the crack epidemic in the 80s. And at this point, I was so discouraged about not being black enough. I was like, I'm not auditioning for this shit. I was like, they're going to tell me I'm not black enough. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not wasting my time. And so we argued about it, like, you're going to audition. I was like, I'm not doing it. So I finally did it. My first take, I just did it just to do it. She knew it was trash. She's like, this is trash, redo it. She coached me on what she wanted to see. And then So I did what she wanted me to do and left it alone. I was just going to work, and then a few days later, or probably a week later, they said that they wanted to fly me out for a chemistry with Damson. And so at this point, I'm like, and then they sent me a pre-contract, told me how much I was making and all stuff like that. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, damn, this is getting real. And so, but at this point, I still wasn't necessarily sold, because in my head, I'm like, if I go and I don't get the role, then I just got to come back to my normal. It was just, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, it's cool, but it's not concrete. So basically, they flew me out on a Tuesday, and they had a return flight on a Thursday. So it was supposed to be like a 3-day trip if I didn't book. So she bought herself a one-way ticket, because she's like, you gonna book? I was like, I don't know. We don't know. So we get to LA. They send me the audition size. I'm studying the script, whatever. Wednesday is the actual in-person audition. So I get there, there's like two or three other dudes auditioning for Leon. They dressed in LA attire. They doing everything LA. I'm like, I'm in regular street Atlanta clothes. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, my regular stuff. I'm just like, damn, somebody gonna book, because they really in character. And so I think I was the last one that auditioned for it too. But what I noticed is that Damson, before each one would go in the room, he would come out in the hallway, talk to them, build some kind of quick rapport, because they got to play best friends like Leon and Franklin. So he talking to them in the hallway, you know what I'm saying, building a quick rapport. I'm like, cool, so when it's my turn, he gonna talk to me too. Yeah. Nope. When they called me to do the audition, they called me in the room. I'm like, the nigga ain't gonna talk to me. Like, so we in the room, I see him, and it's like 15 Fox executives. And so I'm like, bro, I ain't never been in an audition with 15 executives, like, ever in my life. But in my head, I'm like, bro, you got like $1 in your account, bro. You better not be scared. You too broke to be scared.
Yeah, mama.
So
too broke to be scared.
Man,
Real
what?
shit, bro.
That's real.
So I got in the room, and Damson was like, he's like, hey, what's your name? I said, Isaiah. He said, oh, that's my nephew's name. Okay, dope. So that was the only thing we connected in that moment, was the fact that his nephew had the same name as me. And so I'm standing there. I'm just looking at him, and they say, yeah, we know we gave you this script to perform, but we don't want you to do that. We want you to improv with Damson. So they just gave me a scenario to just improv with him, and the scenario was in season 1, where I was on a bus with the boombox, and the white man told me to turn it down, and I go off on the white man. Like, that was a scenario. But who they had me cuss out was Tommy Schlamme. Tommy Schlamme, he's like a very powerful, important person in Hollywood. And so he was in the audition room and stuff like that. And so he said, yeah, so here's a scenario. I just want you to, you know, act like you're listening to your music, and I'm an old white man. I'm just gonna tell you to turn it down, and just cuss me out. I said, that's it? Yeah, just cuss me out. I'm like,
can we get the camera up? We can cuss out Tommy Schlamme.
So when he said that, I'm like,
get it tight before he does this thing.
That's when I would have started getting confident. I'm finna get this motherfucker now.
Bro, I was so confused. I was like, what? Cuss you out for audition for a TV show? Run it. So me and Damson, we just fall into the scene, like we kicking it, we talking shit to each other, whatever. And then he randomly interrupted us, like, hey, can you turn it down? I look at him, and I just got cuss him out. And so after the scene was over, I was like, so confused. I'm like, so what happens next? You know what I'm saying? But after that, I just left. I was like, all right. I was like, appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity.
Did he get mad for real?
Huh?
Did he get mad for real?
He was probably
when you left, that motherfucker. I thought I had a good hairpiece.
When? Have you talked to Tommy? Still not answering?
Am I getting chubby? What's going on? You said a lot of mean things.
I'm just.
But so I left.
So in your mind, were you thinking, they said I wasn't black enough. Watch this shit.
Honestly, I was so in the moment, I didn't even think about nothing else. Like, and that's kind of how I am. I just try to be in the moment with life in general. To where even right now, honestly, like, me being on Snowfall still hasn't hit me. Like,
watch that shit.
Even when I watched it, it still hasn't hit me like that, oh, Snowfall is this. Like, it don't hit me. I'm just like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know, that's just how I've been my whole life.
Yeah.
With anything that I've experienced in life, I'm just like, it's cool. Like, I don't know. Even when my son was born, I'm like, this is dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga here.
It's cool. No, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's scary.
It's cool.
You don't know what the fuck gonna impress you though.
Hey. Little thing.
But it is
They gonna walk in the Waffle House, nigga gonna
things.
flip the ball and it's gonna land like, how the fuck did you do that?
Be impressed by the smallest shit.
Yeah.
So
Keep it
No, that's not. Hold up, man. You deserve. All right, damn. They be telling people to stay humble all the time. Nigga, you the definition of that shit. You so humble, you don't even know you on the dopest shit on TV.
Yeah.
I tell you how you can appreciate it. Buy cable, pay the bill, and then look at all the other shit that you got to choose from.
Or pay a bunch of people cable bill in Ghana and let them watch it.
You see the seed you
What's
planted?
crazy is when I went before, when I was on the jetway, before I even got in the airport.
Yeah.
They was like, snowfall. I'm like, y'all watch snowfall in Ghana?
Yeah. That's raw.
That's love.
They up to date too. They on season 5. Like, they up to date. So it was dope. Like we got a fan base like from all over the world. So that's the dope thing about the show. Like it's impacted a lot of people from a lot of walks of life.
Let me ask you this. Are you a young dude? Who did you study from that era?
From the 80s?
Yeah.
So when I actually booked the role, I had like a few days to prepare until the first day of filming. So Dub C, like he was a huge part in how I was able to understand West Coast culture, and especially from that era, and talking to John Singleton.
Right.
Like, I had both of them on speed dial, talking to him about the script, like just understanding like everything, trying to get the accent, the walk, just the aura, the feel of West Coast in the 80s. So really John and Dub was the two most important people in my character development, 100%.
Man, you got to work with the late great John Singleton, man.
What's some of them things you picked up like from him, or that you know is unique to the West Coast or something like this?
Man,
off the top of your head?
really like, especially in that time was just the walk. Like they bail like when they walk. And you know what I'm saying? They walk with a certain confidence, like they head up, they chest up, everything. And just how they talk, like just they swag. You know what I'm saying? The accent is kind of country. Like a lot of people from the West Coast back then was from the South. They just moved to the West Coast. So it has a lot of Southern twang to it. But yeah, it didn't take long. Like Dub really, he was on set every day, you know, and then learning, because Damson was a part of the first pilot. So he's been with Snowfall since the very beginning of Snowfall. So even talking to him and what he's learned, you know, from talking to everybody and being around everybody. So luckily I got to talk to everybody, and because I'm into dogs, like my dog trainer, he's based in LA and Compton, so I was in Compton a lot, talking to a lot of OGs in Compton, so I got to talk to so many people who are from that time to where I didn't have to guess or, you know, just try to go off instinct. I'm like, I can talk to so many people and just hit them up and ask them certain questions, so that helped me a lot in my character development.
Yeah, you did a good job. You doing a good job, because I thought you was from LA the whole time. I'm like, boy.
What's some game that John Singleton put you up on? Like he one of the giants of the industry.
Yeah, he was really big on never forgetting your people, and like he said, if you never forget your people, you'll always have a fan base to fall on. Like our people will always support you, so never feel like you're too big for your own people, and that's a huge thing. And just man, he gave me a lot of game. He even though my dad has been doing photography for years, but John really helped me and made me pick the camera up and get into photography, because he saw I had an eye. And he was like, you're gonna direct one day, just start with the camera, So we would be on set, showing each other pictures. I'm taking pictures of John, he taking pictures of me. So it's a lot of different things that I was able to just connect with John on. So, yeah.
That's dope.
He a legend for sure.
And that's a big full circle thing too, man.
It is. So when I met him at the first table read, he said, because I thought that whole boat story was like cap. So when I met him, the first thing he said, Isaiah. I was like, shit, he don't know my name? And so he was like, he said, I was supposed to meet you a few years ago, but I was stuck on my boat and da-da-da. I was like, oh, so you really were stuck on your boat? I thought that was a lie. And he said, but I did see your tape back then. He said, you are an amazing actor. That was the first things he said to me, and that shit.
That's a hell of a compliment. He a boy.
That's John signature.
Crazy, and I booked the show when I was 20, and I'm 27 now, so I spent like most of, like, you know what I'm saying, me becoming a man, like on the show and around John and around some great people. So
man, it's a hell of a breakout role, bro.
Yeah,
it's some dope shit to be a part of, and I think I just like your story even more knowing that you worked on that shit, bro. Like made a decided effort at a young age, man, to dedicate yourself to something, because that's what this comedy thing is, but it's a little bit easier, you know what I'm saying? Because it's really just getting out late at night and hanging out and talking shit, but to, you know, like...
But that's the studying of it, though.
It is. And you know, you gotta dive into acting a different way, so man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I always tell people, like, it's, like, I didn't wish to be who, like, in this position. I didn't believe. It's like, you gotta even take belief a step further. You gotta know. Like, I knew. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like even with belief, there's room for doubt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I knew. So I was just waiting for the opportunity.
And you had a good ass support system too.
Yeah, 100%.
That's so valuable. 100%. That's a whole asset when you're trying to do anything like outside the box. Outside of, you know what I'm saying, like chasing a career or something like that.
Shout out, Mom.
You gotta have that support system, bro. That's real.
Yeah. So this journey it's been real interesting, but it's dope.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. How did you get on the barbershop again with Tiger?
Man, here you go. Man, don't even fucking talk to this nigga, man.
That was just
John Singleton. He hung up on the wrong shit. He hit him in the face. So, bro, John Singleton put you in barbershop, right? So wait a minute. Tiger hired John Singleton. Hold on, wait. You got to work with one of the greatest, I'm saying you got to work with Tiger, man. What Tiger say? What Tiger say, bro?
The highlight of that set was back then he was dating Kylie Jenner, so when he came to set, Kylie Jenner was on set, and everybody, Kylie's on set. On set. But
Kylie was on the barbershop set. That's fucking crazy, man. You would never know.
You would have never known.
She probably don't want to know.
She probably didn't know what barbershop was. She thought she was going with that nigga to go get a haircut.
You go to the barbershop. Ice Cube shooting a fucking movie? Ice Cube shoots a movie when you get your hair cut? That's so fucking cool. So every time you get a haircut, they make a movie? Wow. Who is this Tiger?
Mom, they shot it on a red cam.
Everybody was there. D-Ray, fucking Ice Cube. Eve was there drinking apple juice.
The entertainer was dressed like Einstein.
Oh my God. Did you know, like, Cedric the entertainer was like 70 years old in real life? Kylie Jenner thought all this. Tyler, hey, Tiger come home and like, baby, they making movies, bro. They making big shit happen. Believe in me. Wait till you turn 18. You will see.
Bro, you still
what? Funny. All right, fuck it. Whatever. Blame me. Welcome back to the 85 South Show. I didn't want to say it, but right now we currently filming Summer Seasons, goddamn 8 of Snowfall right here in the trap. This in the show. I'm just bullshitting, but that's a hell of a plug.
Yeah. Sure.
Man, so you know our homegirl, Gail, she came through the trap.
Yeah.
Gail Bean, that's my girl.
We gotta get everybody, all y'all.
We need the whole
like
cast.
on a reunion show when y'all like.
Yeah.
I don't know how we gonna work that, but.
Do you be tired of that? People be asking you like where your castmates at?
Right. I'll be at Publix sometimes. Where Damson at? Where Franklin at?
Yeah.
Right.
Niggas call that nigga Franklin on the street.
Where Franklin at? What? In London?
He's having a spot
I called him Franklin the first time I met him. I met all y'all at the same time. I'm like, what's up, nigga Franklin? I saw all y'all niggas. Leon, what's up with it? They at the show. I'm like, what's up?
But see, that's how you know the shit good to black people.
Yeah.
When they call you the character, nigga, that's when you acting, nigga.
Everybody call me Leon. Then they be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, man, it's cool. I don't be tripping. I know some actors don't like being called their character name, but to me, you can't fault how somebody know you.
Yeah.
They know you as Leon. They know me. I'll be Leon all day.
And I'm telling y'all, the show immersive, man. Anybody that's not on Snowfall, I don't know what the fuck you doing, but you feel like you know these motherfuckers. You be like, the tense situation, I told you, I be sweating with the shit. I be like, I don't know how the fuck they gonna get out there.
Oh, I don't know what they gonna do.
Just wait till this last season.
Play with that man's money like that.
This last season, crazy. Crazy.
It dropped,
Oh my God, I can't wait.
They named everybody right too. Like you look like a Leon on the under. Like
I look like a Leon.
Yeah, Franklin look like Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, believable than a motherfucker.
Teachers look like
Niggas be stressed after that shit. Like, damn, bro, I gotta wait another week. Nah, this shit dope.
Yeah.
I couldn't rock with that tiger that was in the hood in the backyard. I didn't get that.
Kind of run LA nigga, so he mad. Nah, ain't gonna no tiger on the set, nigga. You don't know nobody moving this much weight throughout LA. You don't know what the fuck going on.
First of all, I'm gonna say this. They not that expensive.
A tiger?
They not.
Yeah, if you buy them young.
I saw the, what you call it, what's the white man?
Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
Oh.
2,500.
What? For a baby tiger? I can get a tiger. It's illegal though. You go to bed. Oh, you can't buy a tiger?
It's illegal.
All right.
Unless you get a permit.
I'm glad y'all told me, because y'all see me with a tiger.
You want to be a veterinarian for real.
I just thought of the most ignorant shit. You cannot give a nigga a tiger. Can you imagine if you go over a nigga house, he got a tiger, he say some nigga shit. Hey man, my tiger don't bite. That nigga would say that.
That's what I be wanting to know.
I don't know that shit. Boy, that's too much. That's
You
too
heard about the dude in Harlem had one?
Yeah.
In his apartment.
Yeah. See, you still don't buy it?
Why you can't have a tiger though?
You gotta have a
Because
permit.
it's a fucking apex predator, Louis. That's why.
Because it's not gonna stay little, It's an apex.
You're right. It literally is, nigga. Could you have a monkey? No, motherfucker.
If you have a permit.
Because people got monkeys.
You gotta have a permit. You gotta be in the right place.
For anything.
And depend on what kind.
It's a list of animals. Then it's a list of animals not to fuck with. Yeah. He love animals, and he don't even fuck with the shit that's on
Remember
the list
the crazy
of shit.
dude let all his animals go?
Yes.
In the middle of the night?
In
he
Ohio,
had
some
wolves,
goddamn
lions,
where.
tigers, bears.
He let them all go.
He let them go in the middle of the night. They had to put them all down.
They ain't find
was
all
out
that
there
shit
roaming.
though.
I know they didn't. That cheetah got up out of there. That cheetah is scooping up dogs left and right, but
Yeah, that's crucial.
I think that's everybody's biggest fear though, is to go outside one day, you just chilling on your porch, hitting a little piece of blunt, and you see some shit that you know ain't supposed to be out there.
Yeah, that's tragic.
I'm talking about, nigga, a fucking silverback gorilla just in the bushes and walk out there and look up and see you.
Yeah,
nigga,
you
and you
would
be
be
like,
hella
what
scared.
the fuck? How did this get here?
Now, would you rather see that as some UFO alien type
I'd
shit?
rather see the fucking aliens.
I feel like you might see them at the same time. No. I'm like, hey, gorilla, I need you to help me whoop that. I know you ain't
or a gorilla?
I'd rather see the aliens, bro.
The aliens, it depends.
I don't know, bro. That's hella scary. We got one thing on our side. We black. They probably gonna get scared than a motherfucker.
No,
They
the
see us.
aliens?
They ain't never seen black
No,
folks.
they coming to get, they are black.
But they ain't never seen black folks.
No, the aliens black. I'm telling you, they coming to get us.
Yeah, I feel you about that.
We
They
gonna
kinda
get
like
beamed up,
humans.
and the shit gonna look like our living room. We gonna be like, what the fuck? They gonna be like, we've been waiting on you.
What about that? What about it's like a female alien? That motherfucker kind of cute.
Here he goes.
That's what's gonna happen when they come. It's gonna be
Them
one
avatars
nigga.
kind of cute.
I'm telling you, the motherfucking aliens might be cute
First of
too.
all, you gotta stop doing this. You gotta stop thinking that an alien bitch is gonna have the same shit that we fuck with. You think this bitch from 400 trillion light years away is gonna have a regular vagina where this shit gonna be in the middle of her chest? It's gonna be somewhere. It's not gonna be. It's not like.
I like how you took that somewhere. I thought it wasn't going. I thought you said pussy was going to literally be a black hole.
It's gonna suck you in.
She from another galaxy. What
That's
make you think you
crazy.
got the right kind of dick to even fuck her?
Your dick might have to go like
You don't
this.
even know. These motherfuckers from another galaxy. The motherfucker you like them the boys.
All the bitches look like you. They look like you.
You got the whole species confused.
Bro, that's hella funny. Oh, that's
You don't know who the fuck you talking to. I thought it was a bitch. There is no such thing as bitch. They don't have no bitches. Nigga, you pregnant. We are from a bitchless galaxy. There are no women. Why you think we flying around this motherfucker?
They looking for some hoes.
We from on Earth, nigga, because there ain't no bitches. We come to Earth once a year and still us exactly 23,276 bitches. They are not missing. They're in another galaxy with some pimping. What are you talking about?
And you wasn't treating them right, no way.
Come on, man.
Oh, shit.
Nobody gonna
Bro, that's hella funny.
That is
Aliens, what
hilarious.
y'all
looking for? I like a long hair, thick red ball. Don't you in there?
Hey,
That's the crazy part about it, though. The fucking aliens probably ain't nothing but niggas just riding through galaxies, fucking with time and space and energy. Just fucking, these niggas is in the process of reversing the civil rights movement and everything. We just can't gather up enough speed, just go stop the bullet.
You think they got police?
Can you think so?
Yes.
If you
You know
got
what I'm
time
saying?
travel, you wouldn't go back to certain shit in history. Like think about aliens. They know if they from the future. Let's say they from the future, so they know the shit that's supposed to happen. Let's go back and watch it.
No, they don't have police, bro. They have intelligence. That means they're smart enough to not do shit that need to be policed.
Like imagine you see other aliens run from the police aliens.
No. I think it's a.
That'd be crazy, right?
You got the
little aliens with uniforms and shit.
You worry about the space police, nigga. That's the last thing you gotta worry about. Them niggas gonna blow you up.
I'll be more scared of the alien police.
Them niggas don't use guns, they blow you up with their mind. They shrink your goddamn brain in your head. And you just die.
Bruh. See? Keep playing with
They
them
be
folks.
screaming at you and they ain't got no mouth.
Just do that. Next thing you know, your head hurt. Motherfucker looking at you, man.
They smarter than us, bro. That's why they don't fuck with us. They know we on bullshit.
That's hella funny.
Right.
Hi, I'm Jerry Loggins, store manager of Buy Well number 3842, and I want to invite you behind the scenes to a section of our store that is strictly employees only.
Victor, you didn't bring your cobra to work, did you?
Oh my God. Okay, A number 1, it's a Burmese python.
This is where we unwind and have a chat about the news of the day.
Looks like Chris Christie might be running.
Honey, if there's one thing Chris Christie ain't doing, it's running.
Employees only. That means no normies. Keep out, buddy. It's just for us Buy Well employees.
He did an insurrection. Honey, it didn't work. You can't hold somebody accountable if it didn't work.
I love that so much. We should apply that to my criminal record.
This is where we talk freely about all the stuff happening in the world.
It's Employees Only, courtesy of Ron Howard, the new podcast from Imagine Audio, Pretty Fast, and iHeartMedia. Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
A new podcast from the creators of Up and Vanished.
Louisville police are searching for a missing 24-year-old woman.
When I read about Alana Chen's disappearance, I couldn't look away. A shy girl from Boulder who wanted to be a nun since she was a teenager.
So Alana was like sneaking out to go to church.
But she kept a secret, one that was slowly tearing her apart.
I didn't know she was attracted to girls. No, she didn't tell me.
Yes, the mother says her daughter first opened up to a priest at her church when she was just 14 years old. However, the church denies any conversion therapy was done.
She didn't tell me. She told him. She confessed to him.
From Tenderfoot TV comes a new podcast about the price we pay to belong and the systems that pay no price at all. This is Dear Alana. Listen for free on the iHeartRadio app or Apple Podcasts. For an exclusive binge of the whole season, subscribe to Tenderfoot Plus at tenderfootplus.com.
They say history is written by the victors, but you know what? They left out a hell of a lot of juicy stuff. Take Abe Lincoln's assassination. Did you know a young couple was sitting right next to him when he was shot? It haunted the husband so much, he later murdered his wife. Ah, we all know who invented that, right? Well, think again. Truth is, Alexander Graham Bell stole the idea for the telephone and then claimed it as his own. For every pivotal moment in history, there's always a backstory, and it's usually way more interesting than the big story. From mysterious murders to the baffling sleep schedules of yesteryear to the fascinating lives of those just outside the limelight, we're going to uncover the forgotten pieces of history you didn't know you needed to know. Listen to the backstory with me, Patty Steele, twice a week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hola, mi gente. This is Wilmer Valderrama, executive producer of the new podcast, De My Abuelita First, part of iHeartRadio's My Cultura podcast network. Each week, host Vico Ortiz and Abuelita Liliana Montenegro will play matchmaker for a group of hopeful romantics who are putting their trust in Abuelita to find them a date.
Your job right now is to get on Abuelita's really good side.
Our Abuelita definitely knows best. On Date My Abuelita First, 3 single contestants will vie for a date with one lucky main dater, except to get their heart, they have to win over Abuelita Liliana first. Hi, Liliana.
Yes, we are ready for love.
Through speed dating rounds, hilarious games, and Liliana's intuition, one contestant will either be a step closer to getting that pan dulce, if you know what I mean, or a step closer to getting that chancleta. Let's see if chispas will fly or if these singles will be sent back to the dating apps. Listen to Date My Abuelita First on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hola, hola, I'm Diosa.
And I'm Mala.
We are the creators and host of Locatora Radio, a radiophonic novela.
Which is a fancy way of saying
a podcast. We're 2 LA locals turned full-time podcasters, and we talk about everything.
From sexual wellness to pop culture.
Internet drama to politics.
And everything in between.
Since 2016, we've interviewed actors, showrunners, elected officials, activists, authors, and all kinds of trailblazers in the Latinx community and beyond.
So, if laughter and learning are something that you crave,
then subscribe to our show and you'll see why Locatora is your prima's favorite podcast.
Listen to Locatora Radio as part of the My Cultura podcast network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know what I heard? I heard that they built the pyramids from the top down and not from the ground up. They built it from the
Who the
top
fuck
down.
told you that?
I just heard that.
He was on TikTok.
Nah.
So hold on.
Nah, because them niggas on TikTok said you could walk to Africa. And I was like,
they
nigga,
said to the Grand Canyon. They
no,
said you go out
fuck
to
you
Africa.
can't. It take all day to fly to Africa. How the fuck you gonna walk?
Do the Grand Canyon?
That's what they said.
It's a portal? It must be a gateway.
Really.
What state you leave from?
Really, what they said was there's been multiple Egypts around the world because there's pyramids in the. They said there's pyramids in the Grand Canyon, so they just said that was once
Hell,
Egypt.
just because you got a rope don't make you a cowboy.
This nigga Ruby want to be a cowboy.
He said, walk to Africa, huh? That's what they said.
When the earth was all together, when it was Pangea.
I want some Pangea.
Unless them African sandals float. I don't know.
I don't know.
You can walk, but you can't stop.
You know what, bro? Some of this shit too good not to believe. We've been believing what we believe for so long. I'm looking for some new shit to believe.
I mean, my question is how in the last 100 years we advanced so much technology, but we supposedly been here for hundreds of thousands of years. How we didn't have cars 50,000 years ago?
I think we had, what'd you call it? I think it's been moments of advance and then
a reset.
Back to Stone Age.
Reset,
back to square one.
God keep like annihilating the earth because motherfuckers just can't get it right. He'll just blow this bitch up every so often and be like, we'll try it again when y'all get y'all shit together.
I don't even think he was blowing up. I think he let us blow it up. Pow! He be like,
oh, let me sprinkle this shit on these germs to get me another race of people started.
I told y'all about them warheads.
Motherfuckers done ate themselves to death. They have Coca-Cola themselves to be in. They so fat and immobile. The only people that I can truly rely on are those good old Chinese.
Oh, man. You stupid. See the type of shit we get to talking about once the weed really settles in?
I feel that.
Man.
For sure.
So, bro, when you sit back and watch the show, bro, you just be chilling and just like, that shit don't never just hit you where you had those moments. Or you just really just be on some artist shit, just criticizing.
I be criticizing. I'm like, I don't even believe myself right there. But no, it's hard for me to like watch anything for real.
Yeah.
Cause I be like, oh, that's cool, this is not cool, whatever. I'm always looking at the acting, looking at the shot, looking at the lighting, the continuity.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't have that pin like that in that last shot. It's different.
That's why you're gonna be director.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? I be looking at stuff the same way.
Eventually.
Sometimes but I smoke a lot of weed, so sometimes I can just turn my brain off and watch some bullshit.
Eamon, who plays Uncle Jerome, he directed the episode this season.
Yeah. That's what's
Shout out to Uncle Jerome, that clean head cousin. I got one of them. Had to get one. That's what it's called too, Jerome.
Yeah, and it was fire. He's the reason why I performed that jail scene the way that I did.
Man, that shit's so fire. Please tell me. That's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah,
man, let's talk about it.
So we
break it down for me.
John
Inside
Singleton.
the Black Actor Studio today with Isaiah.
With Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah, you had a very powerful, riveting performance. A riveting performance, a moving, shocking, thrilling, exhilarating even.
It was such a
genuine portrayal. What we call in the Black Actors Guild avant-garde, the Adanic lover. And from the Denzel Washington School of Acting on the west side of Harlem.
Yes.
One of the most accomplished young actors we've ever had inside the Black Actors Studio. There was a jail scene where you were visiting a friend of yours. Take us through that scene where you really showed your depth as an actor. Quite impressed. Over here on the 85 South Show, we'd give it 6 black thumbs up.
7 if we had.
7 if we had one more. But on a scale of 1 to 6, you got a 6.
No, for real. Tell us about that shit. That was in
So John Singleton, he typically directed our season finales. So this was season 2. So it was his episode. And the scene was obviously, it was a strong scene, it was cool. And I was performing the scene, and it was good. It was good. Well, we wanted to make it great. And Eamon pulled me to a side, and he was just like, look, he said, fuck everything. He said, fuck the words, fuck the script, fuck everything. He said, just go off how you feel. He said, you seeing your mans right now, fucked up in the face. He said, just let however you feel go. He said, just do whatever you want to do in that moment. I was like, cool. And that really, in that moment, it just turned me up. Like, I was like, watch, this is gonna be the last take. So John's like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, ready. So we start performing, I do my coverage. So we doing a scene, I break the phone, everybody clapping. And I'm like, oh yeah, we really ain't doing this again. I broke the phone, so that's gotta be it. And so John was like, we got it. And then I didn't really understand how it was gonna be pieced together. I was just in the moment. I just was like, all right, that was, I felt good about that one. But when I saw it, I was like, man, like, that made me feel a certain kind of way. And I was like, that's dope when I can make myself feel my own performance. And that's how I feel about this last season. I got a lot of those moments that I cannot wait. But everybody got these moments, man. Like, everyone really went crazy this season with their performances. So it's gonna be dope to see everybody's reaction to this season.
We can't wait.
You do your thing when you get pissed off.
For sure.
Well, mama,
yeah.
Just go crazy then. That's when you do your shit.
Just go crazy. Because even, I think season 4, it's like every time they give me like a race and I gotta break some, I broke a table. I threw a chair in the wall and it stuck in the wall one take. Yeah. I was like, they know, they right, I'm gonna be angry, I'm gonna break something.
You nigga
I
budget
wonder how you fell in love
something.
with the crackhead though. That is, first of all.
Well, she wasn't a crackhead at first.
That was your girl.
But she wasn't a crackhead.
That makes sense.
She wasn't. A ghetto love story of Romeo and Juliet proportions.
Because everybody in this
from her getting you out the way of from running off with the dope and that, what, hey man.
She a ride or die. Yeah.
She'll smoke and ride. She'll smoke and ride. Smoke and ride and smoke till she die.
I think with that specific love story, I think Leon just felt obligated to not stick by her side, because he ended up getting a new girl eventually, and then he just doubled back. But he felt kind of at fault. You know, he introduced her to crack, to be around crack.
Right, Hannah,
So he felt responsible, you know? So I think that's where the core of their love story is the fact that he felt like if it wasn't for him, she would have never went down that road.
Man, I like the dynamic of that shit, though. It just, I don't know, it just hit different.
Really, when me and Gail did our chemistry, that's when, like, it was her and, like, I think 3 or 4 other girls who auditioned for Wanda, and I treated that audition like it was mine. I was off book. I knew the lines, so when I was performing with each girl, like I was in it with them. I'm like, I'm not gonna be reading and make you have to try to pull something out. No, like we in this scene for real, because if we gonna be love interests, you know, for a long period of time, I gotta make sure like we can go toe to toe. So she was probably like the second to last girl auditioning, but when we talking, she's like, yeah, I went to AOA, and then I'm like, really? Like, so I'm like, oh, we know the same people. So when we get in the room, like, she was like the only one who we went at it. We went at it. So I was like, she Wanda. So when she got out the room, I told all the producers, I said, that's Wanda, for sure. Because she was the only one who really went, like, she would not back. There was no sense of, I'm backing down because Leon. Like, no, like, I'm Wanda. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope. Like, it was dope. Like, what y'all see today is what she brought in the room that day. So that's why everybody was like, she was perfect for this character. And the fact that what really, you know, to me, isn't a test to her talent is because when she booked the show, I don't think she knew that her character was going to be on crack.
Right.
So she, just imagine if she was trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, that story wouldn't have sold the way that it did. But because she's a great actress, like, when they told her that she was gonna be on crack, she just did her research. She really did her research. Talked to a lot of people.
Don't say it like that. Gail did not.
She ain't do crack.
Research. Hey, don't you fucking do it. We love Gail. No, research.
Hey, she really got in the character. You know what I mean?
I didn't say she was method. I said she did her research.
She went back to the neighborhood.
She talked
so, Auntie, how did it start?
But she did her thing.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Nobody ever asked me about my stories. I'm glad you came to visit me.
Right.
You on my side? Look, I remember the exact weekend. After me. And look, my boy James came on here, right? We supposed to go get some liquor. And next thing you know, I was high on a gallon of gas. And that's when all fucked up, man. Shit. That baby, I watched the bottle, man. Watched the TV. That shit had me fucked up, man. I was watching TV, then the TV jumped on top of the refrigerator. Motherfucker next door had a tiger in the back. The TV took a picture of me. I threw my goddamn keys down the hallway. Let's start sweating. Then the bitch jumped on me. Light another one of the motherfuckers. That when the devil came up out the floor. Bullshit, you know, he just pulled the floor back and said, yeah, you'll be there in soon. Then he zipped the motherfucker up. The nigga pulled it over and he zipped it up. When the fuck he put a zip on my floor? So that's why I don't go in their kitchen no more.
Oh, shit. Man,
Yo,
Man.
Yeah, dope.
D-Ray on the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Peaches. How the fuck you laughing at the nigga there? God, Peaches hella funny.
You know that
People be calling him Peaches sometimes too.
You know why his name Peaches?
Like Peaches. That nigga be like, bro, what's up, bro?
Hilarious.
Yeah, it be cool. It seems like y'all got a good relationship, that cast, huh?
Man, I tell everybody we like a family outside of Snowfall. Like we all kick it. We got a group chat. That
Even the old white dudes and shit be on there.
What, the group chat?
Yeah. Oh. I thought you meant everybody be on there.
The black side.
The cast.
It ain't a lot of old white dudes on
No.
like regularly.
What about the white dude that put the crack in the neighborhood? That's what I'm saying, the plug. You remember that motherfucker with the robe on and shit?
Carter, that's my guy. He's dope.
He looks like a Carter.
Carter, yeah. He hella cool. he did some great work this season too. Everybody did.
Yeah, I like his character. He go crazy.
A lot of people. I think it took him a while to like really like the Snowfall fans, because he said, like, obviously he ain't saying like this.
Yeah, but niggas know who he is.
Niggas come up to him and say, I hate you. Like, how we get love? People walk up to him and say, I can't stand you. He got hate. He got all the hate.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he playing the villain in the black community.
For sure.
Popeyes in the airport, motherfucker slap my food up my head.
That's when I lit the shit back up. Hey, he probably just be sitting down, he just be niggas looking at him. You the boy on Snowfall, huh?
Yeah, I play a character. You try to stress.
Hey, excuse me. I'm with my grandson, though.
With my grandson. It's his birthday.
Yeah, cause we get nothing but love. He's like, man, people hate me.
But ain't it crazy how they told you wasn't black enough? Now you on TV doing the blackest shit you could possibly be doing.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Man, I fuck with that. I was just blowing off that.
It just goes to show they don't know.
See, that just go to show you that sometimes God will put your blessing in the sky.
Come on. He was 10 different characters.
Put your blessing
Yeah.
in the sky. That means God will wrap your blessing up, make it look like something else. It's like gift wrap. You gotta unwrap it.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
It look like it, but
it look like it ain't what it is, but it is. Sometimes it look like it ain't what it ain't, but it is what it is. That one thing about it, you can't change what it is. You can believe what it ain't, but what it is, it's just gonna be what it is when it is what it is. Don't never think that it ain't what it ain't, what it is, what it is. You gotta wrap your blessing up here, put your shit in the AutoZone box. You thinking some brakes, but guess what it is? Something else. What it is. Nah, that's hard though, bro. I just love how you flip that shit and the story made full circle.
For sure.
You really got the job when you won the monologue shit.
True.
You see how that shit happened?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that fucking
Planting them
boat.
seeds.
Yeah.
Planting them seeds. That's why everything happened for a reason.
Hell yeah.
Leon, that's a black ass name too.
Here you go.
Simmons.
That's coming from a nigga named Lewis now.
Hey, that might be a little spin-off. Leon and Lewis.
And a nigga named Clayton. And a John. Y'all got all these old ass names. Carlos with a K. That ain't no OG shit. Shut the fuck up before I get Craig involved with this. Hey, Thad, come here. That nigga got a name like a pastor in the 50s. Pastor Thad Wilson. Pastor Thad. Oh, Pastor Thad.
Thaddeus Wilson.
No, sit down, stupid. Hey, Lance, come get this old nigga. Hey, do me a favor. Tap Larry on the shoulder. So, you want to hear my story?
Man, hold up, man. You stupid.
Bruh, that's funny. And you know the funny thing? That's all them niggas' names. For real.
Real. OG names. Black people do got some OG ass names.
Old as fuck, bruh.
Quality.
Damn.
Quality name.
Hey, Chadwick.
We gotta come
Isaiah. You don't get no more biblical.
I think it was your name why they probably think you was fully black. Isaiah, you know it's always a mixed nigga named Isaiah.
Ain't Isaiah like Jesus' nephew?
Isaiah is a mixed name.
I don't know.
Jesus
What
added
dark-skinned nigga you know named Isaiah?
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah.
That nigga is dark-skinned.
Oh, gee, Isaiah Thomas.
Nigga, Isaiah Washington.
Isaiah Washington.
Oh.
This nigga don't know no Isaiah.
He ain't been on Earth long enough to have an opinion yet.
You are the first Isaiah he done met.
You the only nigga named Isaiah. That's a first.
So what is like being the first one with that name?
Okay, watch me fuck him up again. Nigga losing Isaiah.
Right.
All the other Isaiah.
Right.
I'm probably the first Isaiah John.
Isaiah John?
Hell
Isaiah
no.
John.
If you had a phone book right now, it'd be a page of them.
Well, I ain't never met Isaiah John. I met Isaiah Johnson.
You got to get up early to meet the old nigga named Isaiah. Yeah, I used to be a pastor. I joined the military. Wait, how did you do them in reverse?
I'm seeing people that doesn't you know what I need
He
to
was
do.
a National Guard, but he was, them 2 weekends a year was hell. Trust me.
Still can't sleep at night.
Hey man, this episode is sponsored in part by cocaine.
No.
The same kind that's used to make crack. They didn't give us none, but we did use some of the money. No, I'm just bullshit. This was prop cocaine from the set of Snowfall.
Ain't no extras trying to steal none of your prop cocaine. Trying to sell it. No, I told you. I said it was some snow.
Caught them niggas up there on a TV show slipping. Got 2 birds. The corners is hard. What's up, Kat?
When you see your boy dancing going with that LA accent back to the British accent, that shit gotta be crazy.
At first it was. Like, the first time I, heard it was after the first table read. So I'm thinking he from, America. Like, 'cause he talking an American accent. And as soon as we done, everybody, saying their goodbyes, he whip out this London accent. I'm like, what?
You thought he was acting?
Bruh, I was confused.
He was acting.
But after that, he got me around all his UK homies, so it ain't nothing to me now.
Yeah.
But when we used to do a tour, so we'll film the season and then go on a nationwide tour, just hit all the major cities. And every time they would show the first episode and then we'd do a panel. As soon as he opened his mouth in every city, every black woman in them theaters would scream like they never heard a UK accent before in their life.
They probably ain't heard one in real life.
He says hello, and they go crazy. I'm like, hello?
Hello, bro.
That's what niggas gotta start doing.
Hello.
Oh, my man.
What?
Now we got the sauce. We got the game. Hello.
Boy, hey.
But I heard it's like that for us over there.
I gotta go.
Oh, yeah, it's over. Yeah. I got it.
What you mean? Shit, shot got
It's crazy because Damson be trying to do the Atlanta accent. Every time he do, I'm like, hey, do Atlanta. He like, hey, goddamn.
That's hilarious, fam.
Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, that accent crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Gotta go with my shit appreciated.
For sure.
You appreciate it.
You gotta go. Yeah. They gonna tell you, say something. Yeah. We be like, say something. They gonna tell you to say something.
Let's go. And you know what I'm gonna say? Sausage biscuit. What? Sashi. Biscuit.
What is this? What is it? Bitch. Two sausage.
Biscuit.
They gonna give you them cookies though. Ain't they biscuits cookies?
Yeah.
So they gonna give you a sausage cookie.
Yeah.
Oh, swear,
They
bro.
don't call,
I don't
what we
like
call
the
cookie,
way
they
that
call biscuits.
sounds.
So what they call the cookie?
And I will not be participating in no
If they
shit
call-
like that.
If they call biscuits with sausages?
No cookies.
Look,
I'm getting confused.
don't
man.
start this.
Hold on, nigga.
Don't start this.
What they call the motherfuckers like?
Biscuit cookies.
So what they call a cookie?
A biscuit.
So what you mean
I asked
is...
this nigga the same question. He didn't know.
What you mean to ask is, what do they call a biscuit then?
What that? Yeah, nigga. What they call a biscuit?
That's a scone. A scone. This nigga high, man. Why you explaining shit to him?
You know what this nigga talking about?
No.
Scone? We got them over here, but they got them different over there. It's the same. It's like, yeah, it's a scone. UK people, help me out. If I'm right.
This nigga ain't from the UK, that nigga.
He had to.
There's a nigga with dreads over there. Look like he from a zone in Atlanta. Nigga talking about this nigga.
You got scone when you had. You need another half motherfucker to agree with you. You can be wrong, nigga, just be like, yeah. Damn sure call them bitches scone. Or biscotti. Piece of biscotti. Maybe they just say pastry, my nigga. Strudel.
Ooh, strudel.
Strudel goes.
Like they don't say line, they say Q.
Crumpets.
Like what we call a line.
Oh, you gotta have money to have crumpets, nigga. Everybody don't get to eat crumpets. And ain't no trash can, it's the bin.
The bin.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a whore, it's a whore. Fuck this shit, nigga. We live in Atlanta, nigga. We not music, it's murder. Music, nigga. They not humans, they hermits. Music. Man, fuck they hermit. Music different, man. Now, I do have one theory that I believe. I believe Memphis is Egypt, though. Think about it. They got pyramids. Everybody got gold teeth and tattoos. They speak their own language, and them niggas be gangster walking. That's in the hieroglyphics. Mm-hmm.
See, he one high motherfucker agreeing with you.
Damn sure, yeah.
Just in case you're wondering what we're doing, we are now showing you just how important having the 85 South Show app is, because you was watching this show thinking, oh, they done finally put the shit back on YouTube. No. They was listening. We weren't.
We weren't.
It's on the app.
It's on the app.
Channel85.com. Go get the app. You got an hour for free. We gave you what you wanted. Now give us some subscriptions to the app. $8.50, $8.99 with tax, $85 a year. Channel85.com, 85 South Show. Get the app.
Well, see, this is what they don't know. The app really $3, but adjusted for inflation is $8.90. Yeah.
What Lo said. Get the app, man. Stop bullshitting.
We out of here, man.
See that sign? Employees only. That means keep out, buddy. It's just for us Buy Well employees. This is where we talk freely about all the stuff happening in the world.
Looks like Chris Christie might be running.
Honey, if there's one thing Chris Christie ain't doing, it's running.
It's Employees Only, courtesy of Ron Howard, the new podcast from Imagine Audio, Pretty Fast, and iHeartMedia. Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
A new podcast from the creators of Up and Vanished.
Louisville police are searching for a missing 24-year-old woman.
When I read about Alana Chen's disappearance, I couldn't look away. A shy girl from Boulder who wanted to be a nun since she was a teenager.
So Alana was like sneaking out to go to church.
But she kept a secret, one that was slowly tearing her apart.
I didn't know she was attracted to girls. No, she didn't tell me.
Yes, the mother says her daughter first opened up to a priest at her church when she was just 14 years old. However, the church denies any conversion therapy was done.
She didn't tell me. She told him. She confessed to him.
From Tenderfoot TV comes a new podcast about the price we pay to belong and the systems that pay no price at all. This is Dear Alana. Listen for free on the iHeartRadio app or Apple Podcasts. For an exclusive binge of the whole season, subscribe to Tenderfoot Plus at tenderfootplus.com.
This is the story of a man who's fascinated me. His name was Sweet Daddy Grace, and that's a name you don't forget. He was a visionary who built a fortune as a black man during Jim Crow, during the Depression. But today, not many people know about him.
Erased, sort of wiped out, and I wonder if this was done intentionally.
Listen to Sweet Daddy Grace on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
From iHeart Podcasts and Nomadic Engine, the acclaimed dramatic thriller returns. Aftershock Season 2.
He's like a ghost. We had an agreement to keep each other's secrets.
None of you are making decisions to keep the rest of us safe, which leaves me.
I'm asking for your forgiveness.
Aftershock Season 2, starring Sarah Wayne Callies, David Harbour, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Listen to Aftershock on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is Annie.
And Samantha. We're the host of Stuff Mom Never Told You, a podcast about intersectional feminism and all the ways it impacts and is important to all of us, from social justice, health, fashion, entertainment, and everything in between. And now we're coming out with a book that takes an even deeper look at some of the topics important to us.
We dig into the people leading movements like civil rights and the Jane Collective, and so much more.
Available August 29th. Pre-order your copy of Stuff Mom Never Told You, The Feminist Past, Present, and Future, now where books are sold. Or get yours at StuffYouShouldReadBooks.com.